I think one of the reasons why it's so hard to orange pill certain people is because they genuinely feel like they don't need Bitcoin. But I'm sure you've noticed through anecdotal evidence or experience otherwise that the people who are easier to orange pill are already kind of looking for Bitcoin. They kind of need Bitcoin. This is like poor people, single moms, third worlders, right? But oh, young people as well. We can't buy houses and shit. But there is like a group of people that I just came up with in my head that like really need Bitcoin more than pretty much anybody if you think about it from like a historical lens, right? And it's basically anybody who's been colonized. Think of it, right? So you have like the Native Americans got their land swept under them, okay. The Native Australians got their land taken from them, okay. The Native Africans technically got their land back, right? But they're still poor as shit. They're still trying to figure shit out because the fucking borders are all fucked up on the map and shit. And like even like Black Americans, I do not think we should get reparations because the only way to pay us the money for like slavery would be to like either tax other people for it or print the money, and that would just fuck up everything more. So I think, right, if you're a Native American or a Native Australian, you got your land took from you. You've been part of a marginalized, discriminated group in both America and Australia for literally hundreds of years, and you guys have been pushed off to these little tiny pockets of land called reservations, and you may or may not have been given casinos. Alright, so I'm pretty sure you guys just want the land back, right? Y'all can do that shit through Bitcoin. Now hear me out, okay? Hear me out. Legally speaking, right, there's nothing stopping you guys from just buying back all the land, assuming you had enough money, right? And I feel like if you could get your friends or family together and teach them about this Bitcoin thing, and you guys started stacking sats together as a community, within 100 years, you guys, whether you're Native American or Native Australian, would have so much of your land back because the land would get cheaper over time priced in Bitcoin, right? The value of Bitcoin would exceed the land value exponentially over many, many years. Eventually the land will become dirt cheap according to you guys because you are holding Bitcoin. And then you can just buy back your land. Now, you're obviously not going to be able to buy back like the country, right? Like, there will be states still and shit, right? And there will still be governments, but you like your family, your bloodline, your ethnic group can own a large pocket of land again, like larger than what you got now, if you care about it still. And even if like the Australians and the Americans don't care about getting their land back per se, statistically speaking, Native Americans, Africans, and Native Australians, Aboriginals, like financially speaking, like we're poor as fuck. Y'all niggas poor as fuck. We need Bitcoin as a savings technology to help us actually build generational wealth. Like part of the reason that colonization had such a strong effect on those three groups of people is because even though they have their rights now, even though they were given rights even 100, 200 years ago, they've been held back for such a period of time that they're just now trying to catch up. Like the generational wealth thing, how much better off would the natives be, the Aboriginals be, would blacks be if they just had more economic movement within the country after they were colonized. You know what I'm saying? And that's where Bitcoin comes in for y'all. If y'all want your land back, I genuinely think that Bitcoin is the first step y'all gotta take. Educate yourselves on Bitcoin. start teaching your friends and family about Bitcoin, and then y'all just gotta start stacking as a community, and then y'all just never fucking sell. And when you start pricing homes and land in Bitcoin over the next 10 years, 20 years, you'll be like, oh shit, we can actually start buying some acres, like some actual large, you know, like, oh shit, we can make the reservation 5 times bigger type shit. Like, oh shit, we can move we can move my niggas out of the outback type. I'm sorry, that was probably a little racist. I'm sorry, but you get what I mean, alright? You get what I'm saying? And besides, right? Like, British people aren't even like the enemy anymore, right? Like, King Leopold, like the French and them shits, they're not even like the enemy anymore. It's to be fair, the entire planet has been colonized now. Financially, economically, you know, not through violence, through the through the tip of a pen and through money printing. The planet has been colonized by bankers, you know. And so if you think about it, Native Americans, Africans, and Native Australians, you've been like triple colonized, right? Because you either had like the British or English whoop your ass, and then you have the desert tribe of vampires colonizing your ass again through debt currency. And so I just, you know, I just see online sometimes a lot of people with my skin tone who think that the reason that they're poor is because of strictly colonization. In colonization is a factor as to why maybe you were not born with as much money, you know, cause and effect and all that shit. But at some point there is a culture of poverty that needs to be addressed, or a culture that derived itself from poverty. Let's adopt Bitcoin into the culture. Alright, so like Native Americans, I don't know if I'm stereotyping or not, but I'm assuming that a lot of y'all richer folk own casinos, right? Accept Bitcoin as well as cash. Or take the profits from the casino and put it into Bitcoin and then just hold it for like 10 years. I don't know what benefits Aboriginals get. I'm not an Australian, but I'm sure y'all get some sort of like government benefits, because like I'm sure they feel bad about colonization. So maybe y'all could get together and take some of that money and start putting it into Bitcoin again and hodl that shit for the next 10 years. And what you'll notice is that you guys will start outpacing your white peers, assuming the white peers you have don't own Bitcoin, right? So you'll be outpacing them in wealth. My bad, I almost lost the thought. So, you know, and then Africa, you know, Africa's been on this whole cryptocurrency thing for a minute now, but it hasn't really been taken off. I know there's a lot of mining companies in Africa, but I don't know if any businesses actually accept Bitcoin in Africa yet. You know, I know Africa's not one nation, it's like 54 countries or something, but you know, people tend to look at Africa as like a homogenous group because of colonization. So that's all I gotta say. Africans, Native Australians, Native Americans, lock in, look into Bitcoin, start stacking. Peace out.